Hi guys, sorry about that. I had to delete the connection, so I'm going to continue where I left off on the Divine Feminine read. Okay, so we're talking about the Hermit, or Virgo, whoever the Hermit is, whether it's a professional or an older wise man, shedding light on burdens and being left behind with nothing. No information about justice, divorce, or a Libra, or kids, or opportunities, about work or family, or a confession of a third-party lover through work, church, or creative pursuits. Now conflicted, the Queen of Wands, there's conflict about the Queen of Wands not knowing about a Queen of Cups, and the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control, sharing and being charitable at work while nothing at home. So the Queen of Wands feeling like why are they being so nice to someone at work when they were not being nice like that at home. The Queen of Cups and the Emperor reversed were in the Knight of Wands energy, that passionately riding in, taking a leap of faith to heal negative self-talk or stalking or immature mean words or silent treatment. And the Queen of Wands choosing a path of leaving the home. Confession of passionate connection, fantasy, messenger of truth manifested through work, church, or creative place, obsessively longing for a happy family, feeling imbalanced, there's jealousy there, of a King of Wands wanting that happy family, emotional fulfillment, desperate to offer love and walk away, and there may be stalking here as well, whether it's stalking within the relationship or stalking with the twin. Soon for the Divine Feminine, there's talk or gossip about stuck emotions, inability to find peace, of the King of Pentacles reversed, suffering and stressed, possibly losing money and status, or can't find peace being all about money. The King of Wands is wanting to walk away, which is exposed in a confession of the Emperor lover. The Divine Feminine is impatient to boldly move as truth comes in about mental imprisonment, anxiety, or someone actually being in prison, ending all the pain and suffering now. The Romance Angels cards for the Divine Feminine are heart-to-heart conversations, and this could be the one. Around her is the Knight of Swords, which is the King of Wands reversed, either divorced or separated, having walked away, holding back passions of wanting a new life and contentment. The Divine Feminine needs to clear blocks around the Phoenix rising, about defending herself or standing up for herself, dancing the tango, holding on to savings or just stability, and being inspired by draining kids and illness from the past. So this may actually be an inspiration for you, or looking back. The numerology cards were all about healing and patience, even more so for the Divine Feminine. So again, patience. Heartbreak of the King of Wands, lover, after divorce, confession of an Emperor, like I said, who could be stalking, or could be in a narcissistic marriage, or narcissistic family member or friend or religious leader. This energy was definitely coming up as very negative. There's conflict and justice, but now free from a marital commitment and or a work partnership with the Hierophant, Narcissist, Emperor lover, and the King of Wands. Or all three of those energies may be the same person, or it could just be two people. The signs that were coming up here are Taurus, Scorpio, Libra, Aries, Gemini, and Leo, and are involved with this part. Earlier on in the read, so from the first video, I was getting Aries, Gemini, Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, and Virgo energies. But this specific situation is Taurus, Scorpio, Libra, Aries, Gemini, Leo involved. And the King and Queen of Wands here in this read. Okay? So Libra, Aries, Taurus, I'm getting Libra, Aries, and Taurus are freed from a narcissistic commitment, whereas or Taurus is free from, a Taurus is free from Libra, Aries, Gemini. not in power, having lost their independence, and in limbo, but trying to be wise without options. Capricorn, King of Swords is coming up here, clinging to their partner or soulmate. Or the King of Swords is a Capricorn Scorpio, or with a Capricorn and Scorpio, finally sees eye to eye after Taurus or Aries let go and now let them free. So it's getting like a partnership where they're finally allowed to leave the partnership. They may have had a contract or something they couldn't get out of, and now they can. The Queen of Wands, unstable, moving or leaving jobs. As Indigo lover, burdened or confesses to conflict with a lot of pain and suffering, the Knight of Swords announces rising above a divorce or possibly justice. There may have been some kind of settlement in a court case, and healing and patience around this situation. The Queen of Wands, Indigo, or it could be a Sagittarius Indigo, could be a woman, man, or child, resolves their pain with 5D messages from risky downloads of lovers, burdens, and suffering rising above conflict for justice and commitment, or divorce, or a settlement of a court case. Okay, so these are all the energies around the Divine Feminine's read. All right, so going into the Divine Masculine, that was at 4:44 today, the Divine Masculine. The major arcanas were Starseed and Indigo, which is the Fool and the Magician. That's very powerful energy, very masculine energy. There were 2 Pentacles, 2 Wands, 3 Swords, and 2 Cups, so very well distributed, so very balanced today for the Divine Masculine. The only court card was the Page of Cups. Okay, that can be new love, it could be new child, it could be just dealing with children, or it could be the baby. But it could just be a message of love as well. So a lot of different energies with the Page of Cups. It could be Pisces energy as well. The numbers that came up with this read were 9, 33, 99, and 2232. And it was about Han, it wasn't the first time this week Han came up, but I didn't report the other read that Han came up in. And instead of wanting to say Han Solo, it wanted to say Han 9. Instead of being 1, you're 9, which is the complete, like the 9. That the Divine Masculine is a beginner starseed. That they are aware of who they are, but that there's still some ego that's in the way, because there's still I there when they should be the 9, the energy of the whole. Or maybe just still rejecting that they have guides and angels around them protecting them, so they may be rejecting that and still having it being all about them. So they kind of get it, but not fully yet. This is the energy from the coding today, and it was all about the Divine Masculine being patient. Right? They have to learn just like we had to learn. So for the Divine Masculine, in grief and not socializing, standing ground, standing up for themselves, and finding peace in being grounded. But this also could start out with about the Divine Feminine's heart. That the Divine Feminine is now accepting visitors. As the hangman wisely hangs backstage in order to heal their right knee, so there still may be a little anger there, only showing off their left knee just to tempt and to show that he's there. The devil's out watching for the Divine Masculine to see if the coast is clear, as he is still chained to family legacy, the 4D bridge, kids' emotional happiness, and his projects, or opportunity to see the Divine Feminine, or just hang out and do nothing and reap their rewards of their efforts. The Queen of Swords is surrounded with love from children, yet over-isolating with news or message of separation or heartbreak. Could be someone stalking. Also the Page of Pentacles with options in love but can only see one, and lots of synchronicities. And the Page of Pentacles came up several times here. That was kind of like a standoff where there's 2 different Page of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, like ready to manifest, but starting out as the students. kind of in a holding pattern. So this Page of Pentacles without options in love, but can only, with options in love, but can only see one, and lots of synchronicities. The Devil energy sees opportunity to cash in on a happy family and family legacy with heaven in their eyes. So the Devil's here, so we don't know how wholesome this opportunity is. If the Divine Masculine is seeing the Divine Feminine now as an opportunity to cash in, basically. Just be careful about what you accept and what you're willing to put up with. So just, you know, it was nice energy because there's definitely love. The numerology card, I think it was the underlying energy, is all about love, so there's definitely love here. But the Devil also came up several times, so just be careful about what comes in. And it doesn't have to be your Divine Masculine, it can be around another energy. Or the Divine Feminine, okay? But this was really more about the Divine, well, it could be about either, actually, the Masculine or the Feminine. So, you deserve love is the underlying energy that came up for the Divine Masculine. The card underneath that was past life relationship, okay? Third-party jealousy suddenly arises as they want to offer love. They've possibly been stalking. There could be narcissist energy here. The Devil comes up as well. There was like Tower, the narcissistic Hierophant from the Tarot Sexual Magic, and the Devil came up all together. So some really negative energy there. So I'd be careful. It's all underlying energy still. So you should already know about this. But I was getting possibly these energies have to do with someone who's narcissistic, or somebody could just be a control freak. It could just be a Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio person, or a combination of one or more of those who's a control freak, okay? So, you know, type A personality. But again, the underlying energy was all about love, and beneath love was spirituality. So it's a beautiful energy underlying, okay? There may be a Capricorn who's hyper vigilant, maybe over children and students. And I was getting the message that about rich kids hanging out, that's nothing but trouble, right? Because they have money and nothing else to do. The Emperor reverse is coming up, so it could be an Emperor out of control, looking back, out of control about a disconnect, as the wounded warrior is now standing their ground, and there may be a standoff between the Divine Feminine's heart and the wounded warrior. Page of Pentacles to Page of Pentacles, both with love and heaven in their eyes. Recently, the wounded warrior is at work with others looking at their new love. So Divine Masculine may be actually talking about their Divine Feminine, and maybe they're researching her, or he's just talking about a new love. The Divine Feminine is standing up for herself. The foundation has to do with family, really the top three in your family. Maybe an offer of money or a new life to lay down swords and get out of prison. Could be like a get out of jail free card. So it could be a literal prison or just that mental prison that we keep ourselves in. Centrally, the energy is all about the Page of Cups that cracks her heart open wide. You know, it's that pure, innocent love. But this energy may be sick of looking back, you know, and holding on to the negativity from the past, taking a leap to open their heart, unable to focus on work, and maybe wanting to have a romantic meal. The challenge here is a big download of energy, possibly, and a fresh start, and rising above the unhappiness of the Empress's insecurities to find peace and taking a leap towards demanding the truth at work. I was also getting a lot of children energy here too. So if there are breakups in marriages, there's going to be some children's issues. There may be children trying to get their parents back together, and it's just dealing with kids and trying to get them stabilized. So now the energy is about a Leo clinging to suffering and jealousy as the Queen of Wands receives love from the Page of Cups, who's standing their ground. So this Leo can be this Queen of Wands. And it could be a Page of Cups offering love. It could be the Divine Masculine humbling themselves as the Page of Cups, or it could actually be a child who was on the outs with one of the parents and now still standing their ground, but trying to make peace. So, you know, it's like the child coming back, you know, and being all lovey to mommy now, right? So the Queen of Swords has support from her Knight of Cups and Page of Cups. The Queen of Swords. This is underlying energy. But the Queen of Wands, who's coming up possibly as Cancer and Leo, has support of the Page of Cups, but not the Knight of Cups reversed or the King of Wands reversed, who made a bold move to possibly divorce or separate and walk away. The Page of Cups is stressed by the energy, there's, you know, the card of, I always see as energy stealing. So it could just be, you know, it's that cheating energy of romance, finding I'm getting this, a child is stressed out about a parent leaving in a divorce nightmare, healing truth about heartbreak at work, in a passionate betrayal. This is all about for the Divine Masculine. So soon there's detox presently of an independent who's in pain. So it could be a child or it could be a partner, but someone's detoxing their issues, whether it's codependencies or addictions. There's definitely detoxing that's been going on as a theme this week. He is heartbroken as lightning strikes, the Divine Masculine, in need of attention, a wake-up call to dysfunctional family, negative self-talk, making decisions to recover finances and save, because maybe there's been a big loss of family money. The energies that came up for the Divine Masculine are make the effort and release your ex. Okay, and it's about clearing your energies, not just about releasing the ex, but clearing energies of the ex. So if they've split up already, it's about getting rid of the things in the house that are all about the ex. Around him, the truth of a downturn, maybe at work, expressing feelings about the split, lies, duplicity, and possible theft through work, and running from the truth. The Divine Masculine needs to clear blocks about his heart, maybe like literally needs to clear heart blocks, but about him always being the center of the family, that how could it function without him? Like he's the heart of the family. How could they possibly live without him? So you need to clear blocks that it's not always, it's like the world's not going to fall apart if he's not there. It's not always about him. Everyone has their own responsibilities to take care of themselves. It's not about the masculine always coming to the rescue. I was getting clearing blocks about home and family, and that about the partner not working. Because I was getting the energy of someone in a very traditional, old template where the masculine works and the spouse stays home, and that's how it's supposed to be, so that the masculine's the heart of the family. I was getting that kind of energy, but it's about the masculine letting go of all these old templates. And then patience came up for the Divine Masculine, and even more importantly, healing and teaching and learning. There was definitely the Death card with the Queen of Wands, so I was getting an end to a relationship, riding passionately into the Queen of Pentacles, both heartbroken at night, stressed and or crying. The outcome card was the solution was the Indigo Magician card, the Queen of Cups and the Emperor reversed, sharing equally in divorce, which is making the Emperor unhappy, okay, because there's like equal distribution in a payout I was seeing. Indigo healing and getting over crying and impatience in order for dreams to come true. Holding back the truth of a burden or a work burden and breaking patterns to start over in love after integrating holding back passions to choose a path. Hanging out with family as the wounded warrior stands up for themselves. Page of Cups, possibly child, struggling, not wanting this new start. Divine Masculine remaining present in separation with truth at his side, clearing his heart, patient with children or a child, and inner child healing. The Divine Feminine's heart is with family, kids, healing the truth of wounds and keeping their heart open to new beginnings and faith, present in the Divine Masculine's heart, which is struggling with Indigo Child, which could be his child or his inner child, healing himself and his dreams. Okay, so those are the two reads. I'm going to show you the picture of the reads before I forget to do that for you. And then I'm going to do oracle cards for you. So this is the Divine Feminine read for today. I'm sorry it's so hard to see these cards, but okay, so that's the Divine Feminine, and then the Divine Masculine, okay. All right, so for the oracle cards, we have the Ascension deck. Everyone take a deep breath. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Okay. This is December 2nd, 2018. What is the energy for everyone watching? What do we need to know? What is the advice? What is the advice we need to know? Okay. Hilarion, and the underlying energy is Lemurian healing, number 24, which is the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have this. Okay, and the underlying energy, Lemurian healing, which is 24. The affirmation is, I send Lemurian healing to the earth. It's basically, you know, doing what we do, bringing the source energies and grounding them. And also using healing crystals to light up the ley lines and to gather with 2 or more people to make this more powerful. Okay, so for Hilarion, it's number 46. Sorry, I'm losing my pillows here. Okay, so Hilarion's number 46, which is the 6 of Cups. It's the children in the garden, that pure innocent love of the twins and the children. It's also a 1, though. It's very focused masculine energy, because children are naturally selfish in that pure sense. Hilarion is from Saturn and steps down his energy through the Temple of Truth over Crete. He is negotiator for Earth on the Council of Saturn and helps us remain connected to our spiritual journey. As master of the orange 5th ray of technology, science, truth, and knowledge, he invites you to open your mind so that he can drop seeds for new ideas into your consciousness. He assists those who are ready to become higher channels and clairvoyance. Your guidance is to sit quietly and ask him to help you be all that you can be. And the affirmation is, I open myself to the wisdom and guidance of Hilarion. Okay? So if you're very connected to these things about technology and science, this may be specifically for you, and knowledge, to allow new ideas and seeds to be dropped into your consciousness. So something else to connect to in meditation. And then we have the past life deck. Take another deep breath. Clear and align. Clear. Okay, what is the energy for us today, this December 2nd, 2018? What does everyone watching need to know? What are the messages? Okay, we have, the bottom is finances, so it's about, a lot of the energy has been recently about recovering finances, especially for the Divine Masculine. That's the underlying energy, so for both. And the 2 cards that came out are Scriber, Writer, and Trust and Faith. Okay, so it's really about journaling or writing, if you want to write a book, write an article, newsletter, whatever you'd like to write. And making sure to hold on to your trust and faith. There's a seal here. And a scroll. And remember to call in your guides and angels for assistance. The sun's definitely breaking through. And messages may be coming soon. There's a beaded bracelet in this picture too, for any of you who wears a bracelet or an ankle bracelet, something that's handmade, like silver and beads. It doesn't have to be silver, but just beaded. It may be very special to you. Maybe some kind of special letter that's on parchment paper that's important. Maybe I was just getting the deed to a home. I'm definitely getting just advice for the twins in general, is to make sure, just write. You know, journal, whatever you need to do. And have faith. And light a candle. I'm getting again, like, to use some of the, like, dictionaries and Bibles are coming up to reference. But just for older books like that, I usually get just to, you know, open it just randomly to a page to see what you get. That you don't have to read everything anymore, because your guidance will take you exactly where you need to go. Okay, and then you're getting downloads helping you understand everything that you receive. So this is the journey of love. Journey of love. Clear a line. Clear and a line. Clear and a line. Clear and a line. Okay, so what is the energy this December 2nd, 2018 for everyone watching? What do they need to know? What are the messages for December 2nd, 2018 for everyone watching? What do we need to know? Okay. The bottom is 36, Cosmic Butterfly. Again, that's 36. And 36 is that 10 of Wands. It's that confession energy, or the burdens and just carrying too much and needing to drop everything. And when I first see this, it reminds me of the heart, the actual heart. But actually this could remind you of the brain as well, since it's the cosmic butterfly and the butterfly in your brain. And then the pineal gland. But it is a 9. The card that came up is 33, God speaks. And 33 is the Christ vibration. Okay, and it's a 6 of love, of motherly love, family, and community. It's that real, authentic affection, affectionate love. And it's all greens and blues and beiges, kind of a taupey color. God speaks, and that's what I'm going to read to you. And again, the numerology book I reference is the Divine Triangle. There's a lot of good references in that book. It's based on the Pythagorean theorem, because Pythagoras practiced numerology. And God speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love, pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there's guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you are still, relaxed, dancing, in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other, so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know you're being nudged by the divine. If you feel you're being held back, know you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you're captivated by the beauty of nature, or in a logical sense that everything is okay, Listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law, in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And the poem reads, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy, like the flower's sweet perfume. Alive in the moment, there was nothing else, only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory, to be with the violin when it sings. Oh, that reminded me of my dad. He used to play the violin. And you remember how there's something very special about violin music, that classical music. It's very high vibration. So maybe you might want to listen to some classical music or something with really beautiful violin. Okay. So just remember, it's just about having faith. No matter whether you're feeling like you're going forward or being held back, that it's both in perfect timing. And then just to be present and see the beauty that's right in front of you, or listen to some beautiful music. That everything is happening the way it's supposed to be. Okay. I feel like pulling one last card for you guys. Let's see. Okay, so just from the traditional Rider-Waite, I'm going to pull a card for you guys. All right, let's see what comes up. Clear and align. What is the message for everyone? What's one final message for everyone? What do we need to know? What are the energies for today, December 2nd, 2018? What do we need to know? What does everyone here need to know? For the highest good of everyone concerned, what is the message here? What do we need to know? Okay. Well, that was perfect. All right, so we've got 4 cards that dropped out. I'm going to show you the underlying energy, which is perfect because this is the month of 12, which is the Hangman. Okay, so it's about being wise and seeing a new perspective. So it's time to be still. Maybe not. We're not ready to jump up with the new ideas yet. So the 4 cards that came up, I'm going to show you them together so you see. Okay. All right. So this card would be first, second, third, fourth. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Wands, and then the King of Swords reversed. So there's definitely, the Hermit is shedding light on a new passion with growth. And the King of Wands is all up for it, but the King of Swords is the negative self-talk within the Divine Masculine. So those are 2 of his personalities. You have the passionate, the man of passion, King of Wands, and then his negative self-talk, which is the King of Swords reversed. So the King of Wands is all on board, but it's just about flipping his King of Swords right side up to understand the logic in this. And this is the Hangman there, seeing a new perspective. It's being still and being wise and introspective, trying to see a new perspective and how to go about a certain situation. But it's actually really positive. You have 3 positive cards that are upright, and then just the King of Swords reversed. It could also be, I'm seeing it definitely as both of them, both kings are him, the Divine Masculine. It could also be 2 people though. It could be somebody he's partnered with. Could be a friend or a brother. It could be a nasty lawyer in the court case. It could be his lawyer, who's good because he's nasty. But he's the King of Wands, though, is just focused on this new passion. He's not worried about what this King of Swords is doing, unless it's his own negative self-talk. But the King of Wands seems to be taking charge. Like his power is overweighing the Knight of Swords reversed. It could also be, you know, being led by the crowd and him finally finding the power to leave the crowd behind. Okay, so it's actually very positive energy. Let's see what's behind the, behind the Hangman. I just wanted to see what was there. Okay. So you got the Ten of Pentacles there behind the Hangman. So there's plenty of support there. Okay. So it's really solid and stable. Alright. So have a great day, you guys. Make sure you take care of yourself. I feel like I was getting sick yesterday. I mean, I was okay today, but my voice is still a little raspy. So you guys make sure you drink your water, get your rest. I slept great last night. I don't know if it's because I got the gas leak fixed, but I slept really well, and I remembered a dream. I've been trying a couple things to try to clear out my pineal so that my vision will be better. So we'll see how that goes. But make sure you ground yourself. Continue to, even if cold weather, it's a little bit more difficult to make sure you're grounded, but do that. And, you know, just be good to yourself and have fun, especially during the holidays. Enjoy yourself, okay? Rise and be loved, guys. Bye.